Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, I was on Marketplace surfing last night and I come across this left-handed version Epiphone Les Paul Special 2. And I thought, must have. I've been after one of these things for a while. The last one was actually sitting at Long McQuaid on the wall, and at the time I was kind of like him and Han. I'm like, I kind of need another guitar like I need a hole in the head, especially when it comes to Les Pauls, right? I already have two. I've got a Studio, and of course I've got a Custom Pro. And I thought, oh, but this is a different Les Paul. It's also got a bolt-on neck, super hot pickups, one volume, one tone, which is all you need anyway, right? Super low action on this thing. No fret out anywhere, no buzzing frets, which is really impressive. And very little to no use on it. I mean, there's not even a ping mark in a fret yet, which is kind of cool. Though they do need to be cleaned up. The whole guitar needs a good cleanup, and it's going to get one. That transformation you're going to see throughout this video, except I'm not going to do all this work on camera. It's going to take me a while, because we are going to change the tuners. And to change the tuners on this particular guitar to what I like to call modern day tuners with a nut and a washer and they screw together, you know, type of thing, and plus a screw underneath, that means reaming the holes out to 10 millimeters, because these are only 8 millimeter shafts. So we got to go to 10. But anyways, these are the crappiest tuners on the planet as far as I'm concerned. Does not discourage me from getting a guitar with these tuners, because tuners can be changed, which is the big bonus. So, and we are definitely going to require changing the tuners, because they never stay in tune very well. You know, I mean, this is considered like a beginner grade guitar. It's very inexpensive to buy, even brand new. I got this for 80 bucks, which I figured was a very fair price to me. To me, it was worth 80 bucks. And because I already have tuners here and I've got everything else here that's about to get slapped into this puppy, for me, it's definitely worth it, you know, and a new set of strings. Now, from the factory, this uses 1046 gauge strings, so that's exactly what's going to go on it. I have no idea what's actually on this thing right now. They kind of feel like 9s, but I could be wrong. I'd have to check them, but they definitely do feel like 9s anyway. But really nice. So we're going to go through bridge, middle position, of course, with the 2 and the neck. Go clean, and then we're going to go super raunchy dirty on the default setup from the factory on my Katana Mark II. This is the 100 watt 1x12 amplifier, and so we're going to do that with this. Now, I am recording all this on my camcorder too, by the way, guys, so anybody who wants to complain about the sound quality, just as a heads up ahead of time, sound quality is going to be dependent upon the speakers that you actually have on your computer, okay? But also the fact of, yes, you're only going to get so much, but we're going after room acoustics here at the same time, and also keeping things simple at this point. I will do other videos where I've mapped the Katana amp through the PA and direct into my computer's USB and transfer everything right into 24-bit audio so that it sounds even more pleasing at that point, okay? But this is more or less probably the truest sound you get is by recording things this way, if that's what you're going after. So anyways, all the other work will be done off camera, but it's all same one video, so stay tuned and don't go away, because it's going to be all instant for you guys. Alright, so let's get on with this. The super low action on this, it's like effortless to fret, you know, it's nice. Bar chording is a dream. Okay, so middle position. Position. already sounds out of tune. It doesn't surprise me. There are a couple strings that are wound backwards on this thing too, which probably is not helping matters much. Not bad, a little tweak there and should be okay. So, let's go. I'm going to turn the distortion right to the hilt. Now this is the distortion mode distortion on the amp's default settings from the factory, and I cranked the dial right to 10, so maximum distortion. Position. Not ever get muddy. Okay, neck. Alright, so let's just bring that distortion back to about 12 o'clock. So 12 o'clock setting, and then I'm going to go work on this thing. Middle. Neck. Wow, I think that stayed in tune. I gotta check this, guys. Just a little bit of a bounce, not bad. Just a hair flat. Not bad. Either way, if I can fit a string butler on this thing, string butler's going to go on. I got them anyways. I got to make use of them. And besides, it's one of those things where even brand new tuners might not be 100% perfect. But, you know, the string butler does actually work. I have one on my Gibson Les Paul Studio, and that thing stays in tune wonderfully with that butler. And I can bend like a step and a half up, and it stays, you know, in tune. So. Alright, now I'm going to go and I'm going to go fix this thing up, and we're going to come back and we're going to see what the sound difference is going to be like, of course, with a good setup, new strings, These things feel like 9s, but 1046s is what it's supposed to have from the factory, and that's what we're putting back on. And we're going to shine up these ugly looking frets and make them all purty, and clean up the pickups too. They got some dirt and stuff on them, so let me go do that. So this will all be instant for you guys, so hey, do not go away. We are not done yet, but we're going to definitely have some more fun. Alright? Okay guys, we are back. Woohoo! So we've got on some really nice tuners now. This is the kind of tuners that should be on it. Or better quality, of course. Growers would be awesome. Giving her a nice polish job. Looks really nice. Even oiled the fretboard. It really needed it. I actually had to put in 2 coats of oil on this thing. The first coat sucked in almost as fast as I was laying it down, so it was pretty dry. And we threw on some nice chrome knobs, so that's pretty awesome. And of course, a set of Shaler strap locks. Now I do have chrome ones, but I didn't have the right screws for them. For some reason they're slightly different. The silver ones I had are actually Shaler copies, and for some reason the screws didn't want to work out, so I had a black set of Shalers, threw them on, figured why not, you know, I mean, it's still an Epiphone, it's still a Gibson product, might as well put some good ones on. But anyways, and of course I threw on my leather Gibson strap that came with my Gibson Les Paul Studio, because I actually got a much nicer strap for it. So I kept this one aside, I don't know why, but now we do. So now it's on this thing. But anyways, so we're going to go through the same sort of testing. Clean stuff, all 3 pickup positions. Then we'll go into some full out distortion, and then we'll back off the distortion and see what it's like. Now, what seemed to have been on this thing was 9 gauge from the looks of things, because they felt very thin. And I didn't get a chance to mic them up to check, but I put on 1046s, and definitely a massive difference in thickness, so definitely had to be 9s on there, and everything at least is now strung the right way. But either way, the neck is going to take a little bit to reset back in, because with the lighter gauge, the neck was able to sit back a little bit lower, right, more straighter. Now we've got a slight curve in it, which it's still running pretty straight either way, so, but it's still going to take a little bit. We may have to retune once or twice during the video, because the strings are still breaking in, of course. They're just fresh. They've only been on the thing for 20 minutes, and I've stretched them out a couple of times, but you know, when you have all your strings off at once, your neck wants to go back, and then it's got to slowly pull itself back up. So that takes at least a day or two, and then everything settles out and stays stable after that. So just to keep that in mind if we have to retune. That's what's going on with the guitar, and it's the same with any guitar. Now, the string butler did not go on. This is really, well, I can't say it's annoying, but in a sense it kind of is, because I got a lot of money tied up in 2 different string butlers, and I can't use either one of them. And because I'd bought a gold one that I actually had before on my SG, but I had taken it off because I got rid of the SG. Or was it a silver one I had on there? Anyway, no, I got the gold one for this one. I had a silver on the SG, had a gold one for my Epiphone Custom, could not use it because the headstock is too thick. Well, in this case, the headstock is too thick on this guitar too to support using a string butler. So you don't have a whole lot of your posts sticking out, so you also can't put a lot of wraps on. But that's okay. If you use the locking overwrap technique, you don't have to worry about it anyway. And this one seems to be pretty stable either way. The pitch is not as dramatic as most regular Les Pauls are. As far as, you know, the width goes at the headstock, it's not as dramatic. So the tuning stability should be, you know, somewhat pretty good, and a lot better now too that we've got some decent quality tuners on here. So that's a main key thing too. And yes, they did have to be bored out to 10mm. So make sure if you're going to put on upgraded tuners to your Epiphone Les Paul Special 2, and I believe the Junior as well, but even the SG Pro 400 that comes with the Wilkinsons, those holes are going to have to be bored out as well. So you're definitely going to need a tapered reamer and a straight 10mm reamer in order to make those holes complete and proper and straight and true. So anyways, let's have some fun here. I am using the same pick as well. Middle position now. On to the neck. So, just for giggles, let's check the tuning. Not bad. Touchy right now. All right. So, full out distortion. getting used to the neck on it, but I'll get the hang of this one. Alright, let's see how bad this thing's out of whack now. Wow, the G stayed on pretty good. Not bad. Take a little bit getting used to this neck, guys, but not bad. I'm going to have to play with it a bit. The neck's a little sticky because it's glossed, right? So it's going to be a little bit sticky. But I like it. I think it's pretty cool. So, anyways, sorry, no review today. I'm going to play with this thing a little bit more. Wait until it's a little bit more stable. Doing pretty good, you know, so far. I mean, I've had a lot of experience with cheap guitars in my life. And crappy tuners. Even these tuners that I put on here, they're not very expensive. I think these ones cost me about 35 bucks or something. They weren't really overly priced. Off the top of my head, I can't remember brand. I think they're, they might, I don't know. I'd have to check back in my book of stuff of all the tuners I've ordered and stuff. Because I haven't ordered too many chrome kits, so it'd be easier to tell. But it's a punchy guitar. And 10's been really nice. So, anyways, that's the Epiphone Les Paul Special 2, they call this thing. Not a bad guitar, guys. Really, honestly, I think it's alright. I'm almost half tempted to goldify this thing, but I don't think I'm going to because it actually does look pretty good with all the chrome on it. Some guitars I would definitely leave with chrome hardware. The only other thing I want to do is I want to get a chrome ring that's for the rhythm treble, and I want to get the knob. And I'm pretty sure it was all parts I can get the ring from in chrome. It'd be metal, and of course the metal knob I can get that from I think All Parts may have it or Wish.com. I'll have to check tonight and see, but yeah, I think it's a nice little rig. The effect I got on right now is called the blues driver. Let's put that blues driver full out. It doesn't sound good full out. Right there sounds pretty good. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think. There's a lot of videos on this guitar, and of course I don't think any of them have the Katana in it, especially the Katana Mark II. I'm sure nobody's got one yet on Katana Mark II with this thing. We are going to run this thing through my orange amp as well, so I'll do some demoing on that with the orange and with my Boss GT100 pedal board, and we'll check out a few effects with it with this guitar. And at that point, afterwards, when we're all finished doing all those demos, I will give you guys my full thoughts and review on this thing. We're also going to do the shootout I mentioned earlier between this one, the Les Paul Custom Pro, and my Les Paul Studio, my Gibson Les Paul Studio, and you guys can pick out which one you think's the best with the settings that we're going to use for that video, and with the Katana Mark II as the amp for doing it all with. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for much more, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.